Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Super Subs Podcast, hosted by Risha and Narv. Podcast where two bros talk all things footy, drop takes hotter than a manager's seat after a 5-game slump, and discuss who deserves our prestigious award of Super Sub of the Week. So it's football talk that feels like you're here in the room with us. So let's lace up your boots as we get underway. Narv, you know the drill.
You eating, my guy?
A little snack.
I'll tell you what you're not eating. And W's. I'll be eating a bunch of L's.
Jameis.
I'll say my super sub of the week and very rogue shout is Abraham Rebek for Alves. And this one was just chaos. They were down 3-0 at the break versus Celta Vigo. And he came on in the second half, contributed with a goal and a assist. Actually got the game-winning goal to put them up and make a 4-3 comeback win. And that also
Who'd they play?
Celta Vigo, and they were the away team. So with that win, they were safe from relegation as of the time being. Whereas if they lost,
nice.
they would have been in the relegation battle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good shout. Outside the Premier League this week, outside of Serie A, I feel like we haven't had a La Liga one in a minute. I'm also going kind of outside the typical leagues that we've covered, but
Where are you going to?
I'm going to Germany. Dortmund, they're still kind of in the title race, 9 points behind Bayern. So they kind of need to kind of win all their games and hope Bayern can lose a couple. But this weekend, they were tied 2-2 to Hamburg. And they scored a winner in the 78th minute thanks to Garassi. And he's been on the come up in the last couple of years. I know it's a pretty late bloomer. Yeah. He's 30 now, and he kind of took off when he was at kind of in Rennes, but definitely in Stuttgart, like last 4 years or so. But he came in at halftime, and they were losing 2-0 at half, and he just added that element of physicality. Dortmund were pushing numbers, and he was able to hold up play, but ultimately he also got a goal. So my super sub, but he just kind of changed the whole dynamic of that attack.
Seemed like basically they're in the same exact situation as City in the Prem. Like almost the same number of games left and 9 points behind also.
Yeah. It's kind of hopeful that they can win the league, but 9 points away. Unfortunately, Bayern, I think, they should be able to take care of business. So yeah, we have a packed agenda today. We'll cover some UCL games. UCL, I sound super American. We have some Champion League games,
Soccer.
soccer games to cover, and then we'll cover some Prem games, Carabao Cup Final today.
That one DC United Inter Miami match changed you.
Guess so. And then we'll end it there. So you might be asking, why am I wearing these orange glasses? It's a joke of a season for us. So just, might as well, come up with these goofy glasses, and because we have a goofy team right now with a goofy manager, but ended up losing to PSG.
At least y'all are Club World Cup champions.
I guess so. Conference League champs too.
That was last season though.
Yeah, we're still title holders though.
True.
It looks like we might be competing for that competition again next year, but yeah, I guess we'll start with PSG Chelsea. Lost 3-0, but just opened up. PSG just clinical finishes. I mean, I was looking at the XGs after this tie, and we outperformed PSG on an XG basis. But I mean, it goes down to just not being clinical in front of goal. PSG just amazing finishes. If they, what more can we have done? Can't stop those amazing finishes. That
Maybe not commit
given
silly
it,
mistakes, some bozo
we'll get on that,
moments.
but yeah, we'll get to that. But we have to talk about just there were some unreal finishes where if this was literally another tie, we ran it back, we would probably be much closer. Um, but PSG deserved to win this tie. But again, we did have almost 19 shots. But it was again not clinical. Keeper made good saves, but it was really just like to his left and right. Like he didn't have to
Mm.
extend much. Whereas like Barcola, freaking upper 90.
Yeah, he had back-to-back bangers versus y'all.
hmm But yeah, to your point about mistakes, I think Caicedo was very off of it this game, even over the weekend. But I think it's just getting to him, his legs. He's been playing almost every single game. I think he has played every single game for us. So you can definitely see it in the level of his performance just has dipped. It's not that he's playing bad, but it's just definitely dipped. We
Don't got that
missed.
third leg.
Whoa. Uh, we are gonna fast forward. We were also missing Reece James, which is a big loss. Just a dynamic player, versatile player. Um, so we didn't have much hope going into the game, and then just it was just sad, just the way we ended 8-2.
Yeah, embarrassing aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will say that I think we already kind of talked about that first leg was not really reflective of how it should have gone. Kind of just crazy finishes and mistakes. Well, the one keeper mistake, but then yeah, second leg again, Sar, that was like just a poor mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can't give those type of chances up versus PSG.
Yeah, and Vicha, you can't get bodied by Vicha, bro. When you're a
Mm,
big center back like that.
yeah, it's
Mm,
crazy though. PSG, like, I mean, obviously have like their strongest lineup now, but like, still like missing a few players that are like kind of essential to them, like Fabian Ruiz. I feel like
mm-hmm.
he's like a unhidden, not an unhidden gem, but like a piece of the puzzle that like no one really talks about that's been missing for him for a while.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of feels kind of like last season where people kind of sleep on them a little and they don't necessarily blow teams out the water in the league
Hmm.
phase, but I feel like they're really heating up at the right time now,
Yeah,
just like last season.
it is crazy though. They PSG making that big move to replace Donnarumma with that Lucas Chevalier guy, but he's been having like a few howlers throughout the year. But their backup, who's kind of been filling in as the number one spot, um, he looks pretty good. That
Mm.
Spignoff,
Yeah, he's a big
um,
keeper too.
yeah.
But one player that's been interesting is Barcola. I think last year, he started off kind of hot in the Champions League, but really fell off. And even in league terms, I think he lost confidence, especially when Bicha came in and
Mhm.
kind of overtook him. But he's really stepped up this year and elevated his game.
Yeah. I think a lot of people like clowned him, especially on social media. Whenever you go on there, is like his finishing so trash, all that. But like, he's, I feel like that was the one piece I was missing, and um, I feel like he's slowly adding that to his bag. And if he adds
Mhm.
that, like that'd be scary side to him.
Yeah. Uh, I didn't really have any other takeaway. It was just catching L's, man. And then I guess in terms of other games too, Bayern Atalanta wasn't much of a tie.
You see that Harry Kane finish? That was insane.
That might have been goal of the Champions League season so
It
far.
seemed like it's not like a banger of a goal, but like the way he like created a shot for himself out of nothing. Being surrounded by like what, three defenders, that was crazy. Um,
hmm
R.I.P. Bodo Glimt. They kind of
Yeah,
shot
that was
themselves in the
sad.
foot, though. They went full haram, and that just bit them in the butt.
Yeah, that was not managed well.
Mm-mm, not at all. Uh, yeah, again, the Real Madrid game versus City. I was looking forward to that game, but Bernardo got an early red card. Kind of had to. I don't know if he had to, because honestly, um, even if they scored that early goal, they would have still been able to play 11 on 11. And City were look like they could have. They created quite a bit of chances even with 10 men. So like just losing out a man so early on kind of hurt them. Um,
Hmm.
but Real Madrid, I think they've been playing well, and we've talked about like without Mbappe, it's like everyone kind of playing for each other. There's no
Yeah,
egos apart from Vinny a little bit being the main man, but you can get away with
but
one not working versus like two not working.
props to Vinny too. Like he definitely gets a lot of criticism, even from
Hmm.
me, rightfully so. But he's definitely stepped up in the Champions League so far, with Mbappe gone, and even in the league in La Liga. I feel like he's improved a ton from that first half of the season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh, Also, Tottenham got a win in the Champions League, but still knocked out, uh,
Yeah,
losing 5-7 in aggregate to Atletico.
the second legs
They,
weren't that great, honestly. Um, in terms of like being close and stuff.
mhm,
Apart from the Bodo Glint like losing it, um, like all the other aggregates were just crazy.
yeah,
The Liverpool one, that was Liverpool one was dumb. They got a big win, and that's because like Gala fans were kind of banned from the game, really. So it's pretty
mhm,
much all home crowd. And Victor Osimhen was playing with a broken arm, so he didn't even get to play the second half. So
yeah. But if
fraud
you,
alert for Slot.
um, yeah, and they're coming up against informed PSG. Unfortunately for Barca, they got Atletico. I feel like that's going to be a tough tie there, and then
Hmm.
Madrid Bayern. That's another. It's just frustrating how Arsenal, man, they've got such an easy path.
Yeah, because what they got Sporting next, and
Yeah,
then
and
but
even
then
against Leverkusen, they weren't like dominating. Like they scored a worldie of a goal from Eze in that second
yeah,
leg, and
hmm
kind of.
his once a quarter contribution.
Well, I don't know. Like me, I was a huge fan of Eze, but like even at Palace, he would start the season off pretty slow, and I feel like
Heats up at the end.
Yeah, and even at Arsenal, I felt like he was just like that strike, for example, was a great example of how he's confident right now.
Hmm.
And I think when he first joined Arsenal, he was a little like he was hiding a little too much. I think it
Uh,
might have just been such a big club for him.
mm. Bless you.
Oh,
Allergy
man,
season.
allergies.
Um, I will say though, I think Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. You already know who's about to go crazy. That Carl kid. He's got to make
Mm,
a impression for his future club.
if you're Arsenal, who are you? I mean, assuming they kind of go through against Sporting, who would you rather face as an Arsenal team? Would you rather face?
Barca, because I
I
feel
think
like
so
Barca,
too.
you'll have one leg where you can really just catch them out, take advantage.
Yeah, I feel like Atletico, under Simeone's really transformed where they play pretty expansive football, but they can also sit back and like classic defend.
Yeah, they're not the usual Haram ball, and I don't think they have been for the past few years.
Yeah.
And that they've really transformed also since adding in Lookman to their squad.
Oh yeah, he's been brilliant for them.
Hmm.
And Alvarez, he's been like one of the top form strikers, and even after today's Madrid game, I was going to cover it when we talked about kind of this Madrid derby, but you know, when I watch him, he kind of reminds me of Harry Kane. Like
Hmm.
technically, they're both solid. You know, you
Yeah.
got to strike on them, but they're team players, and then they do the unselfish work a lot of
Hmm.
times as a striker, and they're both so good. Like with their feet, they drop deep, collected at like midfield.
Yeah.
But I see so many similarities between the two.
Yeah. I think Kane, yeah, Kane doesn't have as much pace as Alvarez, but then other side, I
That's
think
true.
Kane is a bit stronger, more physical than Alvarez. But yeah, I can see those similarities for sure in terms of like techie.
Hmm. So I guess before we move on from Champions League, what I guess what's your prediction for each game? We'll start with the Arsenal Sporting.
Arsenal.
Yeah, do you think it will be close or
You're talking
what?
about overall aggregate or first
Yeah,
legs? Overall.
overall.
Uh, I don't think it'll be that. Kind maybe like a 3-1 aggregate.
Okay. You think Sporting will try to scheme and get Suarez a big transfer to Arsenal?
Maybe replace Gyökeres.
He's got like 40 goals in the league, right?
Something like that. Yeah, it's insane
Something
amount
crazy. Or you think Gyökeres gets some
versus the
goals
old
against his
club.
former team?
Maybe only way is versus relegation sides or not the best of sides. So maybe
He looked pretty good in the Carabao Cup though, to be honest. Although it wasn't much
bar
to choose
wasn't.
from.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bar was low.
Yeah, I'm picking Arsenal too to I'd say pretty comfortably.
Hmm.
But you never know. Sporting, like even against Bodø Glimt, very low chance, but pulled it out. Um, and then we'll move on to the Atletico Barca. This one's a tricky one.
Who's got the first leg away? Let me see. I think the first leg will be a big one. Um,
Like as a team, would you rather play home first or would you rather be
home,
away?
home, for sure.
Really?
Get the
I would,
win, and then just depending on how the win pans out, you can just sit sit back a bit more um on the away trip
okay, so they actually play in 2 weekends in the league, but then after that in the Champions League, Barca's home first.
versus home first. Yeah, I'm gonna say Barca move on then.
I'm gonna go with Atletico. I
But
think,
I think this might be one of the closest ties.
yeah, I think either this or the Madrid one, but I think I'm gonna go with Atletico. So this is the one we disagree with, but I think Barca will win the first one, but I think Atletico will do a remontada.
Remontada.
Yeah,
Hey, their Copa del Rey matchups were crazy. So
yeah, it's gonna be an entertaining tie for sure. Uh, and I guess we didn't really talk about Barca Newcastle, but that
uh
was kind of the real Barca that we know, and Lamine too.
yeah. Hey, Elonga finally catching some GAs.
um, and then I guess we'll go to PSG Liverpool.
PSG. Let's go.
Yeah,
Get that
uh,
man slot sacked.
yeah, I think PSG. Do you think Slot will actually be sacked this year?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think they will, or he will. I think it's perfectly set up for Xabi
Depends.
Alonso.
It is.
Like the back five, they'll go back or back three, they'll go.
Yeah.
Um,
I think if they manage to move on versus PSG, he definitely won't get sacked. But if they get even if they lose to PSG and get eliminated, I think it just depends on the aggregate.
mhm.
Like if it's a close aggregate, I think they'll give him a run of games in the Prem, and if the results are still poor, then I think come end of the season it'll be like just they'll sack him.
Mm,
But to your point, I mean, it's got to be Xabi Alonso. He's got to be like the only man up for that job.
yeah, I think Slot's. kind of a fraud. We've been saying
Super,
that. So
yeah.
yeah, I think, especially the back three with like they got Jacket now too. So
Hmm.
perfectly set up, and Van Dyke's kind of aging. So, and then the other big one, Madrid Bayern.
I'm gonna say Bayern Munich.
Yeah, they're my favorites still.
I think it'll be a close one, but I just feel Real Madrid is just slightly more vulnerable um to get at. So I think Bayern just got a little too much in the attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bayern, and I don't think it's gonna be close. I think Bayern's gonna blow them out the water.
I think like the one when they play in Madrid's might be close, but yeah,
Mhm.
at the Allianz, nah.
And they got the coach with the most aura, Vincent
Vincent,
Company.
nah. If he even if he wears a hat,
No, have you seen him in the Champions League though? His
nah,
dress?
not really.
Oh, dude, he's swagged out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
but
be dressing like a goof in the league.
you know who designed his clothing though for like
Nah,
because he went to Kanye West.
for real?
Yeezy dressed him.
Oh, no way.
He was wearing like this black trench coat, like tight
Uh-huh.
black jeans too, and he definitely had some aura. No hat either.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's aura.
So
Dang. The Burnley days when we thought it was goofy. He's come a long way. I mean, I feel like
yeah,
we always saw the vision when he was at Burnley. It was just uh, a bit stubbornness, and so I don't know if he'd ever be like flexible.
and it's hard to execute like your top like your game plan when you're coaching a team like Burnley because
Yeah.
you have to kind of to your point you have to be able to adapt and change your
Hmm.
game plan. Um, but yeah, I think Bayern as well.
But he's a smart for how young, not having as much coaching experience. He's a pretty good coach. There's a documentary on Peacock where it's like Burnley, something about Burnley, but it goes like behind the scenes and like he's like super. I mean, obviously, I think all managers like to have their say in recruitment, but like it goes behind the scenes and like he was very heavily involved in stuff. It's a good documentary. Getting
That
like a
was for
sneak
yeah
peek.
when they were trying to get up to the Premier
Promoted,
League.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
watched that one. That was really good. Um, the owner, I forget who he was, an American, but he was goofy.
He was a goof, yeah.
uh,
He just had the bread.
and then Michael Elise too. Him versus Vinny will be fun. But did you see like what Vincent Company said about Elise?
Mm-mm.
Because like you know how Elise gets a lot of slack for his like nonchalant type play style.
Yeah.
He's saying like Michael Elise is like he has like ADHD, like kind of where he or OCD, where he's like fixated on like every little detail. And he
Hmm.
compared him to his mentality to Kevin De Bruyne. He said that's the only other player that I've seen like that detail oriented.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, I
that's
saw
huge.
some comps also, like Elise with Robin Byron days, like kind of knowing.
Uh,
But I'm like, nah, I think Elise has a little more to his bag for sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not a slack on Robin. You know,
Nah,
like
yeah.
you have the one move,
Hmm.
but like he executes it perfectly.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, And then, so I guess we'll get into the weekend games. Did you have anything else you want to touch on for Champions League?
No, I'm all good on Champions League. Before we move on to the weekend games, though, we had one on Friday.
Oh yeah, well, you want to do that one first?
Yeah.
Or can we just knock out the Chelsea boys real quick? I don't
Yeah,
even want to.
take you
Okay,
out your misery.
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, so we played this weekend and we got clapped 3-0 to Everton.
Y'all were drunk and intoxicated out there.
Yeah, we Sanchez had a couple howlers, and I do think like we were again. I think we were equally as good, like PSG game tie, but again, it comes down to being clinical, cutting down mistakes is ultimately what cost us.
And Beto just that's a world class fit. That's a R9 type finish.
Beto.
That's
Ugh, you letting Beto score.
bro. And then he hit the LeBron celly on us. I was like, oh my god, don't let this guy get a hattie. But I mean, again, he scores a world class finish that like you see. I've seen R9 do it, not even other strikers. And then we have Njai who scored literally it hit the fish eye like perfectly perfect goal. But um again, man, we just need to
Yeah.
cut down our mistakes. And just man, just
You
disappointing.
Josh,
It was
you joshing with us. Y'all were terrible. Bro,
I mean
y'all were bad.
we
Y'all were
were
bad.
but I
This
mean,
was
you look at it on an XG basis, so like the chances we created in Everton, it's just you know what the saddest thing was though watching it? Man, this put me in like depression mode. Freaking, we said Dewsbury Hall, brother, you're not good enough for our standards. He ran that midfield.
mm-hmm.
He was cooking us. Again, I think Caicedo's legs are just kind of gone.
Yeah.
But Cole Palmer was pissing me off, not doing anything. And then we have an 18-year-old that comes in, tries to change the game.
Devo.
He was giving me chills, dude. Watching him, I'm like, we got this diamond, one of the best players in the world already. But like watching him, we don't have a leader on the field, you know? Like he was the only leader. Like even that after we conceded the third goal, did you notice like every single one of our players heads down, but he he sprinted the whole field to grab the ball out of the net, and he's like, "Guys, let's go."
Mm.
Like that's true leadership, and coming from an 18-year-old, that's bad. And then even after the game, he stayed. He was the last one on the pitch, apologizing to the fans for their performance and stuff. But like, that's insane. Like we don't have
Yeah.
a leader on the pitch, you know.
Mm. Yeah. Y'all were stinky, bro. Especially that. Yeah, that first half, y'all were really trash. Um, Half asleep. I don't even remember the chances y'all created apart from the Pickford save on Enzo.
That could have been a game changer at 1-0 down.
Could have, yeah. Um, but yeah, letting Beto score twice. That's a big L.
First one was world class, though.
Yeah,
But I mean, we got to talk about the
the pass
pass.
was crazy. James
James,
Garner.
he got called up to England
Yeah, I
national team.
saw that. I saw that. Crazy.
I feel like
Right.
he's a very underrated player.
Rightfully so. I think he deserved that call up because he's
Hmm.
a what do you call it? He's almost a versatile player too. Like he does a good job at the right back spot in emergency situations, and then he can play that holding role, or you can play him in the box to box type role. Um,
And his set pieces are always on the money too.
oh yeah, all the time. Like he had that one free kick where he overhit it, but like it almost went in.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, Everton was causing a lot of chaos, and I know I had sent you my parlay that day, and you're
You
like, "Oh,
cursed us, Narv.
Everton's gonna that one's gonna be the one that lets you down." But I was like, that was one that I was confident in, just because I think Everton tough nut to crack. Y'all been kind of lacking that confidence. Um, yeah, y'all's form is just uh, I just haven't been convinced by Liam. I know it's early days on his managerial job, but I really have not seen enough to be impressed by him either.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, like a month and a half ago, we were talking about us in the title race, and now we're like 20 plus points away.
Hmm.
But, it is a tough job for Liam to come in when you can implement your ideas and everything. But, like, if you don't have, like, I feel like at times, like, our players just take it as a joke. The way they play, they're just like messing about. Like, they're not serious guys. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys played down to the level at times.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, and that could be a coaching thing, just not getting your players like mentally in the right headspace.
Yeah, and even like I like Pedro Neto's like the effort he puts in, but dude, it's just out there in the he's so one footed. Like he was,
Predictable.
yeah, and all he could do was just go down the touchline, and O'Brien like could read him like a book.
Um, what you saying about Palmer? You giving him kind of like a pass this year just because of all the injuries? Because I mean, he's looked kind of really poor since coming back. Not influential at all.
He's just strolling through games,
Yeah,
and that's the thing. He's another prime example of just not taking anything serious. Like our defenders too, just sloppy passes and just not
Mhm.
taking it serious. Like these are, yeah. Liam needs to do a better job of aging these men. They're playing like boys right now.
Yeah, not managed well at all.
No, but I think Esteval's a bright spot. João Pedro is a bright spot, but I mean, even if you look at our bench, there's not much attacking options that you can call upon that I'm like, ooh, he can make a difference.
Yeah. Impressive on Everton's front though. I didn't realize
Yeah,
how close they are to a European spot for at least like Conference League.
it brilliant by David Moyes. I mean, look at the team sheet. They don't have like these standout names or anything, but they play very cohesively.
Yeah, yeah. He's one manager, very underrated. He's played through almost like hella evolutions of the game, and like he's
Hmm.
always does decently well with like mid teams.
Yeah, but like if we had a guy like Tarkowski or something,
Hmm.
true leader, if we had someone like Pickford, guys like that who care, will take it serious. Like we're
Yeah,
missing, we're missing something like that.
15 game James,
You think we're becoming a banter club now,
just a little bit.
dude? It's been like 8 years since we've. I mean, yeah, we won the conference league, but like, dude, I don't know if
I think
that.
what makes it a bit of a banter is just I know you guys do the amortized cost whatever, but like
Bro, how's an accountant struggling with that word?
I always struggle with that word. But it's just the on paper how much y'all spend. That gives people that like banter feeling is like y'all spend hella for nothing, like no results.
Yeah. And again, it's like we sign these young players that like have potential, you know. Yeah, in the
Hmm.
future they may turn out to be really good, but it's like it's good to have that, but we also need to mix in players
Yeah,
with experience and leadership qualities, and we're
yeah.
missing that aspect.
And you've heard about like you guys, I'm sure you have with like Chelsea accounts, but like I'm guessing you've heard about like the rumors of like your starting 11 getting leaked out early and stuff.
Hmm.
You know who's behind all that? I'm telling you.
You think it's his brother?
Roberto Garnacho, bro. He is a cancer. He had his Twitter updated to his most recent bio, and it's crazy. His background picture was like a man having intercourse with a woman, but like a laptop covering it, and the laptop was a video image of like Garnacho's bicycle kick, and then on his bio it said like RIP 2324 with the bird emoji. I was like, this dude is so cancerous.
That's a weird picture to have, like your own brother while
Yeah,
you're
that is.
having intercourse. Like that's
Yeah, that's
wild.
weird. I don't know if it was him having intercourse, but like a picture of like an intercourse
Yeah,
and his
that's
brother.
weird.
Yeah, telling you. Ever since we got rid of Garnacho, we've never had any starting 11 leaks or any leaks for that matter.
Yeah, we have too many deep. Like again, just goes to
Divas. Yeah.
we just need one or two leaders.
Man, Chelsea, you gotta step up your performances. Got this man Harish all slumped up,
Dude, it's
shades
depressing.
on.
It's been what, like a good 8 years now since we've been serious.
Basically, since y'all won the champs.
Yeah, so six
Yeah.
years, but yeah, it's frustrating. But we can move on from this game
How long you giving? Serious question. How long would you fire Liam end of the year if like things don't turn around?
at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. By the winter transfer window.
Mm.
But again, I'm trying to think like who could we bring on as a manager, and I don't know the market. There aren't many. I swear, if we get like Arne Slot,
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Honestly.
yeah. But yeah, I'm done talking about these boys. Let's talk about some real men.
Real men. We going to Manchester then?
Yeah, let's go to Old Trafford. Let's do that.
So Friday we had a game. Took off work to watch this one because I feel like versus Bournemouth is always a classic. We haven't beaten them in the last six fixtures, I think, which is pretty crazy to think about. But I'll skip the first half. First half, I'll be honest, a bit dry, nothing much happening. But second half is where all the action was. Cunha, I thought he was tearing apart Jimenez throughout the match, and I think Jimenez like got slightly injured during the warm-ups because his leg was kind of wrapped up and he was a doubt. So Cunha kind of took advantage, and he drew a penalty. Bruno puts it away. Bless you. And bless you. Um,
Thanks.
Not too long after, we got another appeal for a PK that didn't get called. Very questionable. And we kind of complained. And this is a part I don't like, where it's like basics is like, yeah, even if you don't get the call, you got to play through the whistle. Some of our players stop. Bournemouth go in transition, score on the other end. But they took a look and they still said no PK. And no biasness, but I thought it was a PK. Game goes on. We do grab a second goal. Bruno puts in a corner, kind of gets deflected off James Hill's face, own goal. And then about the 80th minute, Krupi, he plays in a ball to Evan Nielsen, who takes it brilliantly first time touch, and he draws a PK on Maguire, who also gets sent off. And this one, I think it's a PK. Krupi puts it away. I think this one's a PK, but the thing is, like, if this is a PK, the Ahmad Diallo getting penalty shots should have been one also. So it's just a little frustrating how it's inconsistent. I think if Cunha's PK didn't get called, then Ahmad Diallo's would have gotten called. I think the ref just had a little bit of hesitation, maybe that just because he awarded one like literally 5 minutes ago, he didn't want to award one again. Because there was retired referees that came out and said that should have been a PK, and apparently we're taking. It's not going to do anything, but we're taking it to the PMGOL to get like some appeal, whatever. So kind of annoying, but
Yeah, there's been some inconsistent. Like, did you see Arsenal? They've had 3 VAR calls that Premier League has come back and said they made an error, and it was a total of 5 points that Arsenal should be losing. One was they won 1-0 over Brighton. They messed up on a penalty that should have been given to Brighton. And then there was another tie, I think, that they had and should have had, but they ended up winning.
oh, I haven't heard about that. Yeah, I don't even know what like. I feel like submitting these appeals to the PMGOL is like pointless because it's not like they're gonna like give you points and stuff. I don't get the point of what. Yeah, I don't get the point of even submitting appeals to them, but kind of annoying. But hey, I'll take a draw. Still in that fourth spot. I mean, results came our way apart from Villa, Liverpool losing, you guys losing, so it's not the end of the world. But a win would have been nice to start off my weekend.
Yeah, I didn't catch the second half, unfortunately. I was kind of mad because I watched the first half, but it seemed like all the action happened that second half. I guess what changed from the first to the second half?
I think just more intensity. Uh, I think Cunha. I think we really just Cunha just taking advantage of Jimenez. That was big. He was really the one lighting it up. But again, I like Embuemo, but I think he's had a little bit of a dry spell in terms
Hmm.
of not getting on the score sheet and just in terms of impact. Um, I feel like you got to give Sesko a fair run of games. Um, and that's why we have the depth that we do. If someone's having a dry run, bad
Hmm.
form, we got others that can step up and it won't be a drop off. It'll kind of keep at that same level, if not elevate, which we didn't have prior.
Mm.
So I think that's little tweaks Carrick's got to just figure out if he gets like the long term job. But Bruno, that pass to Diallo, which led to that questionable PK, that was ridiculous. Crazy.
Mm. Yeah, he didn't get an assist this game, right?
Unfortunately, no. So he's still 5 away from 7 games left.
Still doable.
Yeah. All he needs is like a Hattie of assists 1 game and right there.
Yeah, I mean, he would probably already hit the mark if some of his teammates could finish chances by now.
For real. And if he didn't play DM for half the season.
Yeah, it was insane to see that graphic that you had sent with kind of all the Premier League players creating chances from open play and just total
Oh,
chances,
yeah.
and how all the players are kind of clustered in one area
Mhm.
quadrant, and then you just have Bruno kind of an
Yeah,
outlier.
and which is the annoying part because like some fans of other clubs like Banter and be like, oh, he only gets his assists and stuff from set pieces, but it's like, he has open play stuff too, but it's just our players just don't put him away.
Hmm.
That graph kind of shows it like, yeah, his set pieces are high because he takes corners, but the open play, that quadrant is like super high too because he creates so many chances, just not
Hmm.
put away. Crazy though, the second highest from actual open play was Wirtz though. I was like, hmm,
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude,
hmm.
he's picked up. I'm telling you,
Ah,
he's looked really good this second half. Slow start, but and I think Bruno also passed Eden Hazard for most GAs now,
yeah.
so that's a huge achievement.
And Bruno, he got 100 goals, 100 assists, and 319 total appearances. Um, and I think that was like 5 games quicker than Messi did for Barca and some number of games quicker than Ronaldo for Madrid. And that's crazy because he's playing with bums.
Yeah, and you got to remember he also isn't necessarily like an attacking player, like
Hmm.
a forward or winger type player, and he's also had to play a kind of a defensive role for a chunk
Yeah.
of his time.
Bruno, I'm your biggest PR man. You're better than De Bruyne. I'm telling you, people do not understand.
I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Bruno too.
Mhm.
Just the way he plays about the game, in terms of uh, like he just doesn't quit. That's
Yeah.
how it should be played,
Hmm.
with passion too, uh, and then just loyalty as well with the club. Like even when you guys were down bad,
Yeah.
you could tell he was committed.
Hmm. And I liked Thierry Henry. He's been doing a lot of analysis on Bruno, and it's like I think Bruno, he's a type of player where I think even though he's getting up there in age, I feel like he still has good number of years ahead of him because it's not like he's the most athletically gifted.
No.
His intelligence is like off the charts.
Hmm. Manchester, you guys have obviously a ton of legends.
Hmm.
Where would you rank Bruno on that
He's on
list
he's on my
as
Mount
of now?
Rushmore, top 4.
Top four.
I'm telling you.
You put him ahead of Rooney or not yet?
Not quite.
Did you see Rooney? I don't know what
His
podcast they're
take
in.
was trash. The overlap,
Overlap, yeah.
bro, they're jokes.
And then the one girl, she's like, "What about? Did she say Salah?
No, she said Mane is better than
Mane."
Neymar.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Crazy.
Yeah, people
Crazy.
forget, dude. People forget too quick.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. He's literally just out of the Ballon d'Or contention because of Ronaldo and Messi.
Hmm.
That was the hottest take. They always have hot takes, man. Our legends have terrible takes.
I do like Evra, his takes though.
Yeah, I like his. He's
He's a
more
little
honest.
sensible.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Bruno already is top. I don't know about 4. Because I would say like obviously Ronaldo. I think Rooney's top right now. Um,
Cantona.
Cantona. Um, I don't know if you put Rio up there ahead of Bruno.
Ah, well, I feel like if Bruno wins like like major trophy, he'll be up there as like maybe top two, honestly.
I think if Bruno played in that time though, when you guys were elite early 2000s, I feel like he would
Mhm.
easily be number 1.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because I don't know, people hype up like guys like Carrick and
Hmm.
Neville, and I'm like, if these guys were playing today, like
Yeah.
where would they stack up?
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Um, Giggs, would you rank Giggs above Bruno?
Um, for on the pitch, nah, I'd still take Bruno over Giggs, honestly.
Mm.
And Giggs' infidelity just brings it way down. Creep.
Oh, I don't know about this.
You haven't heard the Giggs infidelity thing?
No,
Bro, it's insane.
Ryan Giggs, he seemed like such a
Yeah.
straight up guy.
Yeah, he had intercourse with his brother's wife in the brother's house or something.
Oh my god.
And the dad was like, "You've brought shame to our family." Something about like, I don't care how well you had as a career, but you brought shame to the name.
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, that's insane.
I don't know if they're in talking terms still. I don't know what the situation is after that, but that was like the whole. Um,
Dude, your sister-in-law, you could never look at your brother the same. Oh
yeah,
my god. That's insane, bro.
yeah. I was like, damn. The dad, yeah, he was like, you're basically was saying like your football achievements don't matter because you just brought shame to our family. So
Bruno would never.
yeah, he would never.
Yeah. Uh but yeah, you guys are still sitting in third comfortably. I think top 4, I think you guys are
Yeah, about
solid.
a couple points off Arsenal. So
Maybe next year.
nah, it's not gonna happen next year.
You don't
Two
think so?
multiple
Okay.
games a week, nah.
I think Arsenal's going to have a big drop off next year.
Mm.
I think you guys are going to be competing with them.
Hey.
Um, I guess we'll move on to the bottom of the table. Another big game today, or yeah, this morning was Nottingham Tottenham fighting relegation battle.
Today's games were crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. And Tottenham, crazy to think they're another step closer to being demoted after a 3-0.
You know what's really big about this game? Or I'll let you give the rundown first, kind of how it played out.
Yeah, ultimately Nottingham. I thought Tottenham started off pretty well actually. The first 20 minutes or so,
I thought first half.
Yeah, they were applying a lot of pressure. They got unlucky with hitting the woodwork. I thought Tell looked really good before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was a bright spark.
Richarlison, he looked good again. So they were looking solid that first half, but especially that first quarter of the game. And then they just kind of dagger goal right before half from Nottingham, and then they just kind of fell apart. Nottingham applied pressure, and Spurs just couldn't. You could just feel it after they went down 1-0 right before half. You could just feel the uh-oh type feeling.
Yeah, the whole stadium it was electric for the first 44 minutes until they conceded. Like it was rocking.
Did you see their pregame like in the streets?
Nah.
Dude, they had a freaking parade for Spurs.
Oh, jeez.
And people were like, I've never seen a parade for a relegation battle.
Yeah, crazy. What I was gonna say though, because the game ended up being 3-0, with Tyler Wawoni scoring towards the end.
Mhm.
I think that goal could be crucial if come time to goal differential.
Yeah, because they're what, -8?
Uh, I think negative, but I forget. But basically, they're two better. They're -12 and Tottenham's -10.
Ooh.
So if it comes down to like points almost being tied, if because West Ham kind of have a favorable run in, they got Wolves leads twice, so they could pick up points.
Hmm.
So if it's Tottenham and Forest towards the bottom, then Forest could save themselves with goal difference.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
But that was funny. They were going. I didn't realize Igor Jesus is a anime fan too. We got anime
Yeah.
fans, nerds, both sides of the team.
Yeah, I thought Tottenham just the second half you could just feel deflated, and then fans just it was kind of ugly them leaving early, 2-0 down.
Yeah,
Like you got to support your team
yeah.
throughout.
Going 2-0 down, leaving is that's kind of fake.
I love the
Especially if
camera.
it was like 75th minute they were leaving. I was like, yo, one
Ca-
goal and
yeah, cameramen though, elite work. They kept panning to Tottenham fans that were in like disarray. It was great.
yeah, they were stunned.
Hmm.
It was crazy how much of a turnout Forest had too, though.
Yeah. I was trying to explain to Suki just because she doesn't like she's trying to get into soccer,
Hmm.
but trying to relate it to like what does this mean? Like how can I draw an analogy to like the Spurs situation? But I
Yeah,
was saying it's like in high school you have like a popular kid that not popular, but he thinks he's
yeah.
that type of
He
kid
thinks
that
he's a man.
he
Yeah,
thinks he's a man of the campus and stuff, but like
that
um
was you back then. No, I'm kidding. I'm
but like
kidding. Yeah,
just not a fun guy to be around, but he thinks he's a man, and then that type of kid, and then
yeah,
he's about to be held back a grade. How would you
yeah.
draw that analogy?
That's a pretty good analogy. Uh, or I'd say maybe. Yeah, that's a tough analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know.
Or it's like an investor that buys a bunch of like no name cryptos. Tottenham out
Hmm.
here buying no name players and who they think is going to
Yeah,
blow up, and then everything comes crashing down.
yeah. It's a tough
That's
one.
crazy scenes. If they go down, dude, insane.
Yeah, I've been getting my girlfriend to watch soccer too, and it's goofy. Whenever a player clears the ball, like clears it long, she's like, "Wow, that's a crazy kick." I'm like, "That's a normal."
uh, hoofing it up the field.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't really have any other takeaways, but just Nottingham just I
Mm-mm.
thought after going up 1-0, they just completely dominated that game.
Mm.
And then the other big one in England was the Carabao Cup Final between Arsenal and City.
Sorry, before we move on to that one, real quick, just
Yeah.
last Prem game to cover, just not to cover, but just quick shouts out. Danny Welbeck, aging like fine wine, grabbing two,
Hmm.
versus Liverpool. Even though, what do you think about that second goal? Even with VAR,
I feel like it was too tight to call.
yeah, fair. Yeah, I just want to get your thought on that one. So
Yeah,
weird.
but I was surprised though Welbeck, he's never scored a hattie.
Isn't this
In
his
the
best
Premier
goal
League.
scoring season?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think he's third, right? In terms of
Yeah, behind Igor Thiago.
mhm.
Crazy.
Dude, if Igor catches up to Haaland, that would be crazy.
That, yeah, shouts out Igor Thiago. First Brazil call up too. Crazy.
Hmm.
So I'll let you go on to the Carabao.
Yeah, Carabao City ended up winning 2-0. Thank you for stopping Arsenal from the quadruple.
Football won
One
today.
down. uh, um, 2-0. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Arsenal got completely dominated.
Yeah. I mean, first half was a bit of a snooze fest. They were kind of just feeling each other out the whole time. But second half, I don't know what Arsenal was doing. Full haram, just parking the bus for some reason, just hoofing it up, trying to get Jokeris like just run the channels, but City were just on it the whole time. It was one-sided, one-way traffic.
And especially on that right side, Semenyo and Turkey, they were cooking.
Turkey was getting disrespectful,
Chuck,
juggling, and I was like, "Yo!" And then he had one where he was like, uh, marked by two guys and kind of took it in the byline, touchline, and like still got out of it. I was like, "Yo,
oh, like after they went up 2-0 and he was
yeah,
kind of playing
yeah."
around. Dude, that was insane. I was like, oh, he's got nowhere to go. He'll
Pep
just try to
Pep was
cross.
hella angry when he was juggling though, and then he got fouled, and Pep was
Yeah, because I texted you like, why
yeah.
was
I
Pep
think it's
so
because he was
upset?
showboating, so Pep
Okay,
was.
but I don't know. That's just part of Shirky, you know. It's like
Hmm. Yeah,
he just wants to enjoy playing,
exactly.
and it's like fun for viewers to watch.
Hmm.
It's fun. Um, but yeah, I agree. I think City just started off that second half really hot.
Oh.
Second half really hot. And Arsenal didn't have any answers. And then I felt like this was old school City where after they went up, they just controlled the game and kind of made
Mm.
it boring to watch, but it was just cruise control.
I thought it was still actually pretty entertaining, even after they went up, like 2-0. Um,
Yeah, it was entertaining, but I guess in terms of like I had zero feeling inkling that like Arsenal
Arsenal
were gonna
comeback.
yeah.
Yeah. They almost had like a freak when Jesus hit the crossbar, but
Mhm.
I thought Jesus had actually had more impact than like Saka and Jokeris combined in his short cameo.
Saka was again shutting down.
Yeah.
I mean, but Trafford also made a couple big saves in that first half. He had that one like triple save. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah. Saka's two shots and Havertz. Yeah, I remember that one.
And props to not Kepa. Props to Trafford though. You know, like
Hey, you're
he.
about to get props to Kepa. It's
Well,
that
I mean,
PTSD.
props to like Trafford. Like you know, you come into the season think you're gonna start for City, and then you kind of get bummed
Hmm.
down for Donnarumma, and then he's still able to like put up this performance, and then afterwards he kind of said in his interview that like this is a huge moment for him, and like you know he takes every game important, like every opportunity he can to like show what he's got.
Mm,
Doesn't just sulk in it.
yeah. And the other end, Kepa, he didn't take advantage of his.
Yeah, kind
I
of a
thought he should
howler.
have. Well, first of all, Peter Banks, dummy for stopping the play to give Kepa a yellow. I was like, dude, let the play finish out. They
Yeah.
had the chance. Um, Even though I feel like that could have been a red, being like last man. It
Hmm.
wasn't like clear cut, I guess, but
And then even that first goal was, I mean, he
oh,
should have
right through the
handled.
hands.
He
Yeah,
should
that's
have handled that
terrible.
better. Like,
Oh yeah, that's barbecue chicken.
yeah, if he can't catch it, just punch it away or something.
Hmm. Um, what? So that's Kepa's 0 for 6 in the Carabao Cup now.
I'm like, that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Arsenal, yeah, they didn't create anything really.
no, they
Um,
look really outclassed.
so Nico O'Reilly, great way to celebrate your
Hey, your boy.
birthday. Yeah,
Oh, was it his birthday?
it was his birthday yesterday, so
Okay.
grabbing 2 goals. Telling you, generational kid.
Yeah, watching this game, you know, like people with rightfully so claim that Arsenal is the best team in the world. Watching this game, you would think it's City's the best team in the world, and going up against just they just seem totally outmatched, which is ridiculous.
Hmm.
'Cause I was so excited to watch this game. I mean, you were too. Like everyone was excited to tune in. Like, oh, this is gonna be a heavyweight battle. But like,
Nah,
it just felt like in boxing when like you know opponent you can just tell is like going for a kill and just like toying with them.
exactly. Yeah. But other players for City, I think Nunes, he was kind of missing out, I think, through injury, but I feel like he's really stepped up this year. Um, he was looking good. And then Bernardo Silva, I feel like he slowly improved as the season went on. I know at the start of the year he looked kind of like Grandpa Silva, but he looked pretty like today he was looking really good. And the past few games, I feel like he's been a bit more influential.
That's a good player to have on your team, especially for City.
Hmm.
Because he has a ton of experience, but like he also is a great leader. Because we were both surprised he was kind of captained for the
Yeah,
team. But it makes sense, and he doesn't like complain. Like he'll play any position, any role. Like
exactly.
he's very selfless.
But it's a little concerning for Phil Foden, man. Because I still remember when he was labeled as like England's like next talent. I mean, rightfully so. He like that one title where he kept scoring last minute winners and stuff. He was very influential, but I feel like it was just last year really where he kind of fell off and just hasn't even really been given the chance. So
Yeah, what he was given like a 10-minute run today,
yeah,
if
spooky
that.
times for him, man.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
mean,
like I still think there's no way you like, same with Baliba. There's no way your football capabilities just all go away in a span of 1 year.
well, that's the thing though. It's like the classic saying of like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
Hmm.
I feel like that's the case with Foden. He's technically super gifted, and like
Yeah.
that's not gone away. But it's like I think it just goes to the point like he doesn't have that draw. You can just tell in
Hmm.
his play he doesn't have that like desire to like want to step up to that next level.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not really the star boy anymore. 'Cause, I mean, he is
No,
getting up there in age.
yeah.
Still young, but I mean, it's not like star boy age now. So it's time
Hmm.
to take responsibility.
And then the last game we'll cover is the Madrid
This one was
Derby. Woo.
popcorn.
3-2. Atletico went up early with a beautiful. I mean, finish was easy and like good, but like the build up to it was amazing. And then
He's one of the few players who's like the coach plays him because it's their kid, but he's actually legit.
dude, he fits perfectly. Workhorse, but he's also got
Hmm.
the technical abilities. And then Madrid ended up equalizing. I thought Madrid looked really good that first half, and Atletico were kind of playing off the counter.
Hmm.
I don't know if you felt like that.
Yeah.
And then uh, Real Madrid scored 2 goals, and then Atletico another banger.
That was back-to-back weeks
I
of a banger for Molina.
Dude,
Crazy.
insane.
I think his goal last week was slightly better though for Getafe.
Yeah, I think so. Um, and then Vinny to win it for Madrid with kind of right outside the box, but really good finish.
Hmm. Um,
I haven't watched much of that one kid that started in the midfield for
Thiago, Ita.
yeah, for Madrid, but I thought he looked at first I thought especially that first goal, he was kind of lost in the midfield, but
Hmm.
I thought as the game went on, he looked pretty good. But I have never seen this kid, and I was kind of impressed.
He's only had a run in the past few matches, especially with Jude being out, and um, he's definitely like. I mean, he's talented. Obviously, not gonna say like because you have to be talented to play at that level, but it's not like he had. I think it's more so he's very selfless.
Hmm.
Does a lot of the dirty work, a lot of the running that the others won't do. He covers a
Yeah,
lot of ground for sure.
yeah. I thought that first half he like in the beginning he was kind of lost and
Hmm.
just like I thought the game was moving a little too fast for him, but definitely kind of grew into the
Yeah.
game.
The ref definitely tried to make this game like exciting, giving that red to Fede Valverde.
Yeah.
I thought that was a no-brainer yellow card at the
Hmm.
most. I don't think it was deserving of a straight red.
And Valverde, another nice finish, but I love seeing him higher up the pitch. And Danny Carvajal, coming back from pretty big injury, and at his age, I thought he looked really good today.
Hmm. Yeah, Trent late to training, punished, been dropped to the bench.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I watched Real Madrid games with FaZe, his watch-alongs, and he was like, I don't care if he's late to training. Why would you bench like your best players in big matches? I'm like, I feel like that's the issue with like
Yeah.
teams like this is like if you let ego get in the way.
Hmm.
Um, I thought it was the right decision by Arbiola.
Yeah, I think so too.
Um, yeah, but that second goal Real Madrid scored, I mean, it was really good pressing, but also bad. Uh, I don't know.
Defending wise, I feel like you just see him to the touchline, like
Yeah.
he wasn't going anywhere.
No. I meant the Fede, where Fede
Oh,
was
Fede.
pressing
Yeah.
in. Fede looked like he was super fast, but at the same time, it's like, kind of played themselves into trouble.
Mhm.
But yeah, to your point, the first goal that drew the PK,
Yeah.
he was going out for a goal kick the way he was dribbling. I was
Yeah,
like, dude,
just shadow him out.
mm-hmm, pointless.
Yeah.
Brahim's been moving kind of crazy recently. He's been looking
Yeah,
nice.
Champions League too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, pretty impressed with Atletico. Like, I'm kind of surprised that they're so far off from the title race. They're not
Mm-hmm.
really in the title race because I don't know. I feel like they're a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah.
Like they're a tough matchup for anyone.
Yeah, they got a lot of talented players. Um,
And even Griezmann, he's still looking like at his age. You can
yeah.
definitely tell his game's evolved a little,
Mm-hmm.
becoming deeper and stuff, and being that playmaker.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Atletico did have unlucky chances though, like Julian hitting the post, Sorloth having a close header. And that one time where Sorloth and Jimenez got in the way of each other, I was like,
Yeah,
so
but I think it was a fair result. Like I wouldn't have been
yeah,
3-2 Madrid, but even a tie would have
yeah,
been fair.
definitely game of the weekend though for sure. That was
Hmm.
entertaining.
Very, especially coming off that Carabao Cup.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to wrap it up, or you want to go over the international games? Unfortunately,
uh yeah. Which international games do you want to? You want to
so
cover that,
yeah, I
and
can do
I'll
that.
see if okay.
So international, we have World Cup qualifications, semifinals. In the UEFA side, we have Turkey versus Romania. And these are Thursday. Czech Republic versus Ireland, Denmark versus North Macedonia, Italy versus Northern Ireland, Poland versus Albania, Slovakia versus Kosovo, Ukraine versus Sweden, and Wales versus Bosnia and Herzegovina, the team that Zeko plays for.
Hmm.
And then World Cup qualification in the Interconfederation is Bolivia versus Suriname and New Caledonia versus Jamaica.
And then the following weekend, there's no Premier League games just because of the FA Cup games. But the other games to watch will be Atletico hosting Barca. Barca are 4 points ahead of Madrid. Um, and then in Bundesliga, we have Stuttgart hosting Dortmund. Um, they're both kind of Dortmund's definitely secured the top four spot, but Stuttgart's still fighting for it. They're in third right now. Um, and then in France, we have Lens. They play Lille.
It's pronounced
And then
Lens.
Lens, sorry. Um, and then in Italy, we have Inter playing Roma.
Hmm.
And then that following Monday, we have Napoli versus Milan, which is a big
Oof,
one.
big one.
And then Como also plays. They won 5-0 this weekend.
I
It was
woke up for
absolute
that
cinema.
game. Yeah, they
Dude,
were crazy.
they're moving. I would feel bad if Cesc leaves though. Like
Yeah,
he's definitely capable. I think of like, for
he
example,
deserves
if
a
he came to
step up.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for Como, they'll be in shambles without him.
hmm And then I think Saturday, you did you skip over the FA Cup matches
Yeah,
Saturday?
I skipped over those. Which are there any games that stick out?
That one just City versus Liverpool. Um, and then maybe Chelsea versus Port Vale. Just don't take an L versus them.
That's true.
And
That's
Southampton versus Arsenal. If y'all take an L versus Port Vale, that might be written in the stars for Mr. Liam, honestly. Then y'all might have to go after Gary O'Neill um, as
mm,
Blueco's secondary option. But
there's talks that we want what's his name from I'm blanking on his name right now, but there's talks about that we want this other manager that just got sacked. Dude, why am I blanking?
Thomas
Um,
Frank,
no. Uh,
Ruben Amrit.
Philippe Luis
Oh shoot, from Flamengo,
from Flamengo. Yeah,
bro, he was done dirty. That was
dude.
crazy. I think for
Yeah.
context, like he led them to like what crazy season,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the Community Shield version that they lost. Um, and so the board sacked him. Crazy.
Dirty. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think there's talks that we might potentially get him.
I know he's an inexperienced manager, but I think he's pretty legit.
Yeah,
Um,
I haven't watched much of like uh when he was a manager down in Brazil, but
well, the only time I really saw was I think it was the Club World Cup was the only time.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Um, and they looked pretty good. So. But I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next time to talk more footy, highlight game-changing super subs, and drop takes hotter than a Derby's day. Since it's international break, next week we might do a little change up of an episode, a little different atmosphere, do a game or something. But if you enjoyed this chat, make sure to subscribe, drop us a rating, and share the pod with your friends and family. But until then, keep the football chatter alive, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.